Yo, what is up? What is up, man? Welcome into the show. You know what this is. Brand new edition of Sentell live on Facebook. I'm your host, the sensational Sentell Whiteman, and welcome to a Overreaction Monday, man. You know what time it is? Big, huge weekend in college football. NFL action was great. College basketball has begun, so we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll get deeper into the college football matchups over the weekend. I'll give you my top 6 ahead of the committee tomorrow. There's a lot of things to get into, plus your phone calls and your comments. All of the above, man. Welcome to the show. Again, you know who I am. But I want to begin with this before I give you my top 6. I just want to say to all the people out there who want an 18 playoffs in college football, I just have 2 words for you people. Shut up. That's it. Just shut up. I do not want an 18 watered down college football playoffs. I'm sorry. I don't want that. I don't want 3-loss teams in my playoffs. I don't want these watered down teams who have no business being in the playoffs. Look, man, I don't want my college football like the NFL, because NFL and college football are 2 different things. That's what makes college football special. Each game counts. Every game counts. It's important to win your game. There's a certain amount of level of respect that goes along with I'm trying to be undefeated, being perfect, losing maybe 1 game. But this idea that we need an 18 playoffs in college football is so absurd. Like this year, you had 18. I'll guarantee you have at least 2 3-loss teams. Now, people won't complain about the NCAA tournament in basketball, which is nothing like the NBA. We don't decide our champion on 1-game deals in the NBA, but nobody complains about that. But you complain about there's only been 4 teams in a college football playoffs because you want that to look similar to the NFL. But you don't want college basketball to look similar to the NBA. So you can't have it both ways. I'm totally against 8 teams. I love 4 teams. Hell, I love it the old way. It doesn't matter to me. You go out there, you do your damn job on the field, you perform at a high level, you get wins, you get rewarded. If you don't, then you're subject to have your fate in somebody else's hand. That's the beauty of it. Go out there, win games, do your damn job. Then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about that stuff. But I don't want 8 teams in my college football playoffs. It's not the NFL. It's supposed to be different. It's supposed to be special. That's what separates college from NFL. And it's supposed to be different. So that's what I like about it. It's supposed to be that way. So again, welcome everybody into the show. Sentell live on Facebook. You know, I just had 2 words for my people who want 18 playoffs. Shut up. No one wants 8 teams in the playoffs. You think those games would have been as important to Auburn this weekend, or Georgia, or Notre Dame, or Miami, if they knew it was an 18 playoffs? You think Georgia would have had that sense of urgency, knowing that, okay, we got 18 playoffs. We ain't got to win this game. We don't have to play this game. You know, Notre Dame, we sitting there good. 18 playoffs, we're going to get in with 2 losses. They won't have to play no sense of urgency, but it's a certain level that you got to go out there, and all these games matter, they count, and I love it. It puts pressure on you, and that's the beauty of college football. So sit back and enjoy that. And that's not complaining about it being like the NFL, because it's not the NFL. It's college football. So enjoy that. Well, let me get to my top 6 teams, because a lot of shuffling has occurred. A huge weekend in college football, like I just mentioned earlier, and we'll get into some of those games. So my rankings are going to reflect all the games from the weekend. So without further ado, here's my top 6 teams of the college football playoffs. At number 6, I have the Auburn Tigers. fresh off a beat down of the #1 team in the country at Jordan Hare Stadium. I got 2 losses, but that's not a team in the country playing as good a football as Auburn is right now. They have a tremendous running game. Defense is really good, and Jared Stillman is starting to play like we thought he would when he transferred in from Baylor. At #5, I had the Clemson Tigers. A win over Florida State, but not really impressive over Florida State. A few injuries on defense. Kelly Bryant, the passing game has got to pick it up. Has not been good in the passing game here as of late. But Clemson's still at 5. At #4, the Oklahoma Sooners, huge win over TCU, 38-20. They scored 38 points in the first half. The offense is just humming. Almost another 600 yards worth of offense. They averaged that. Baker Mayfield again was tremendous. They played really good defense against TCU. So Oklahoma is at my 14. #3 is Wisconsin. Solid win against Iowa. Did really good thing defensively. Offensively, the running game was played well, but the quarterback position still concerns me. But undefeated, 10-0. It's 10-0. So I got Wisconsin at 3. At #2, the Miami Hurricanes, beat down Notre Dame Saturday night. Turnover chains for everybody. Three picks, 4 turnovers altogether. Miami played great defense. Quarterback didn't turn the ball over. They ran it okay. But Miami is my #2 team. And at #1, the Alabama Crimson Tide. I know people are going to say, well, they didn't look impressive against Mississippi State. But anytime you can come back down, you can come down and score 2 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes of the game. You come back, that shows toughness, especially on the road. I always value quality road wins in college football because that's the toughest thing to do in college football is go on the road to a hostile environment and get a W. As Georgia. Winning games against quality opponents on the road is huge. I value the heck out of it. Bama survived, down 4 starters, but it still showed the type of toughness and the type of moxie that it's going to take to get to win games, and they did it. So I got Bama at 1. Again, that's Auburn at 6, Clemson's at 5, Oklahoma's at 4, Wisconsin at 3, Miami at 2, and Bama at 1. Any comments or concerns you want to post about your top 6? Also had a poll question on Facebook. Who should be #1? So when I did last check that thing, it was tied between Bama and Miami at 4 apiece. So if I check it again, I'll let you guys know. I'll update that as soon as I can check on it again. But let's see, Georgia slept on Auburn. They didn't sleep. They just got beat by a better team. Like I just mentioned, when you walk into those road team opponents, you're the #1 team. Auburn's already good. They're at home, the #1 team. They just got beat. We all knew Auburn was a good football team. They played with Clemson, 14-6. Jared Stidham had not just had been at Auburn a few, that was the second game. He was not ready. But they hung tough. They kept Clemson right there. The game was a 1-possession game. We all knew Auburn was tough. So Georgia didn't sleep on Auburn. They just ran to a better team. Look, these teams, great teams to me, can go on the road and win these games. See, right now you have a bunch of good teams because you haven't found by a lot of these teams because they haven't won the road. That's why I think so highly of Clemson. Now, you can say Louisville hasn't been as good as we thought they were. Virginia Tech ain't as good as we thought they may have been. NC State, but you go on the road in these hostile environments and you win these games, that's huge. That is huge. You can go up down these people's schedule right now. I bet you can't find but a handful of teams who actually went on the road and won big road games. Oklahoma, one of those teams. They went on the road twice. They went to the Horseshoe and kicked Ohio State's ass and turned around and went to Stillwater and beat Oklahoma State. So I value big-time quality road wins. They just doesn't happen in college football because it's a maturity thing. 18, 19, 20-year-olds can't handle success. Momentum changes, and it is just down here. It all snowballs. Uh, yeah, that's what happens when you go on the road and play a tough environment. You start doing things that you haven't done all season. Penalties, turnovers. You say, what happened? The pressure of the other opponent, the pressure of the away crowd. I mean, all of that stuff plays into a fact that, okay, you look comfortable all season long. You're playing from ahead. You've been able to run the ball. Georgia couldn't run the ball. Asked the quarterback to do stuff he hasn't done all season. And that's what happens when you go on the road. So that's why I buy you road wins. That's why I got Oklahoma at 4 my thing. I got Clemson at 5, even with one loss. I buy you big road wins in college football. I buy you that. Not count Oklahoma out. They got to play defense, but I do not count Oklahoma out at all. We'll never count Oklahoma out. Let's get into that Georgia-Auburn game. I said both teams can run the football. Both teams had really good defense. But the team that can run the football against said defense and stop the other team from running will probably be successful. And I told you it's going to be in the quarterback's hands. Which quarterback can handle that once each team maybe stop the run? And Nick Chubb, 11 carries, 27 yards. Georgia had only 46 rushing yards. So now you're asking Jake Fromm to do something he's not used to doing. On the other hand, Auburn ran it well. Kerryon Johnson for 167, but Jerry Stidham played really well, just like I thought he would. 16 of 23, 214, 3 TDs. So that's what happened. Quarterback played well. Auburn could run the ball. Georgia couldn't. Auburn had 488 total yards. Now you can say penalties and turnovers, but Auburn had 488 yards against the defense that hasn't gave up anything all season. Was third, I think, in scoring defense. Top 10, I know, in yardage, maybe top 5. They gave up 488 yards of offense. So at the end of the day, Auburn was the better team on that day. Clearly was the better team. And still was ready for the moment. And Georgia won the road. Georgia still controlled their own destiny, though. You know, they went out. You would hope Auburn would actually lose to Alabama so you can have a better resume than maybe being an Auburn, 2-loss Auburn team in the SEC championship. But each team controls their own destiny. Georgia controls their own destiny. I think they went out, they're in. I think if Auburn wants to win out, they're definitely in. So each team still controls their destiny. So we should see how it plays out. In the Big Ten, Wisconsin traveled to Wisconsin was at home against Iowa. I'm sorry. Iowa had just come off that big win against Oklahoma, and I'm sorry. Phone lines are open. I'm sorry. Phone lines are open right now. Once I get my top 6, phone lines are open. 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943. This is Overreaction Monday, so that's why lines are already open. I want to hear from you guys. So you call, you tell me what you thought of this weekend's game, and let me know. What makes you think Michigan can come into Camp Randall and get a W on the best defense in the country? Again, one day your strongest unit gonna have a bad day. And that's the day when you find out your team. The day your best unit have a bad day, can your offense pick up for that bad unit? We've seen Wisconsin last week. They turned the ball over several times and got away with it because the defense was so stingy. But there's going to come a week where the defense is not going to be as good. Can your offense pick up the defense and make plays when they have to? I think this is the week when they play Michigan, where Michigan is going to do some things offensively. You did an outstanding job on Nathan Stanley. He only had 46-yard passing on 24 attempts. I mean, that's outstanding defense from a guy who had 5 TDs last week. So he did an outstanding job on Nathan Stanley last week. I thought he did a great job on Iowa's offense, but it's Iowa's offense. Even though they beat Ohio State to death, I thought that was more about Ohio State than Iowa. Ohio State just clearly came in not prepared, not ready for a game. I thought you would beat Iowa, so I don't understand what this is about. But there's gonna come a point in time, just like Oklahoma. They're strong suit with their offense, but they're gonna come a game where your offense is not clicking the way it normally clicks. Can their defense pick their offense up? It's gonna come a time. You're never gonna go through a season where one side is gonna be stronger throughout the whole season and hold you up. It just ain't gonna happen. Let's see. I was talking about that Wisconsin game. Like I said, they held Nathan Stanley to only 46 yard passing and an interception. They ran it on Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor, 29 carries, buck 57. I mean, that's the blueprint. But the quarterback threw 3 interceptions, and they were able to survive that. Win very easily over Iowa. I don't even have the score with me, but yeah. Wisconsin get Michigan this weekend at home. Game they'll be there, so it'll be a big time deal. Yeah, so we shall see. Bama, Mississippi State, which was a really good football game. Like I said, Bama struggled with those injuries, just like I said they would. Anytime you lose 3 linebackers, then you take out Micah Fitzpatrick, one of the best defensive players in the whole country. You're going to struggle. They struggled the first half against Mississippi State. They did some good things. But I give kudos to them. Second half, down 7 in the fourth quarter. You get a big drive to tie the game. Then you come back with a big drive to win the game. You convert a huge third down and 15 late, and you win a game. So it's going to take games like this. Road wins are tough to come by. Road wins are tough to come by in college football. They just are. They just are tougher to win games on the road. That's why the teams hardly ever schedule out of conference road games. They are tough to win. They are not the easiest thing to do. So Bama do hang on and win 31-24 in a really good game in Starkville. So there's that. 864-378-5943. Overreaction Monday. 378-5943. Any thoughts on the weekend action, college or NFL? Call in, man. Comment, chime in on the show. We're talking college football. We're talking NFL, college basketball a little bit. So yeah, right now we're just breaking down some of the biggest games from the weekend. Another big game on Saturday night. Hell yeah, Leslie Harper. I love that. Big shout out to Cap for making the cover of GQ magazine. Citizen of the year. Good clap. I need a better clap. I need a better clap for Colin. He needs a better clap for that. Colin needs a way better clap. He needs a way better clap than that. Yeah, see, he deserves that kind of clap. That's the kind of clap that Colin Kaepernick deserves right there. A big clap for being GQ Citizen of the Year. Moving on to TCU Oklahoma, which I thought would turn into an absolute shootout, but it never materialized. Oklahoma scored 38 points in the first half. Baker Mayfield again was absolutely just off the charts. 18-27, 333, 3 TDs. The Anderson kid, he ran for $151, and then he caught another 5 passes for 139, 2 TDs. So he had 4 total TDs, well over 200 yards with the total offense by himself. Oklahoma, like I said, again, well over 500 yards with the total offense. So Oklahoma looked really impressive, and it held TCU to 20 points, which I thought was even more impressive. TCU scored 6 points in the whole second half, so I thought TCU did a fabulous job as well. Oklahoma, I'm sorry. Do you think Duke team oh, absolutely. Have you seen Duke the first 2 games? They have the problem with Duke the last few years, they haven't had a point guard, Tyus Jones. And we had Tyus Jones, we won that championship. Last year we've been doing 2 years in a row, point guard by committee. That doesn't work. Now you add Trayvon Durrell, you got a true point guard, and my God, Marvin Bagley Jr. Marvin Bagley the third. Oh my God, that kid is as good as advertised. 24.5 points right now, 10 rebounds a game. So I definitely think Duke would be contending, and they can actually play defense on the perimeter this year. Gary Trent can shoot it. They got size. They got length. They got depth if Coach K chooses to use it. They got depth. This team will definitely be better than last year's team. Grayson's still on the team with the leadership, so this team is absolutely loaded. The point guard is the biggest difference to me. The point guard is definitely the biggest difference to me. The phone number is 864-378-5943, 378-5943. Yeah, so I think this Duke team would definitely be better than last year's team. And on to the nightcap, Saturday night, big game, Notre Dame, Miami. A lot of speculation about Miami being a fraud or fraudulent. They just absolutely dumped truck Notre Dame, 41-8. I thought Rozier played his best game, even though he didn't throw for a lot of yards. He just didn't turn the ball over. He did a lot of good things in the run game as well. Travis Homer played well, but this was about the defense. They forced 4 turnovers, pick 6. They held Notre Dame to 109 yards, 9 yards. They were averaging over 300 yards. The quarterback for Notre Dame, 10 of 21. They got 2 interceptions from him, the starting quarterback. So Miami's defense was just outstanding. They led 27-0 at half. Game was basically over. Like I said, turnover chains for everybody. Turnover chains for everybody. I need a turnover chain. That was just outstanding. Miami looked apart, and that's why you see in my top 6 this week, I have them at number 2. I almost put them at number 1, but I thought people were going to say, well, Bama struggled against Mississippi State. But once again, going on the road, facing a quality opponent, I give a lot of credence to going on the road and being a quality opponent. I mean, other than Oklahoma, if you look at this top 6, Oklahoma, Clemson, and then Bama with their win the other day. That whole team that really got quality road wins. I mean, quality road wins. So there you go. Miami. They're number 2 in my college football playoff rankings. The Miami Hurricane. 41-8 over Notre Dame on Saturday night. Big win. The U. I should hang my number up behind me or something. You guys should know the number. You watch long enough. You should know about hard. It's only 7 digits. You should know about hard by now. 864-378-5943. It should be like a song by now in your back of your head. But I'll work on that. Michael Shane Purdy with the numbers. Moving on to Sundays, the NFL. I want to focus mainly on the teams that are now 7-2. We're going to focus on those teams. The rest of the league schedule was kind of down yesterday, but I want to focus on these 7-2 teams. And if anybody has noticed, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've noticed that the NFL, the NFC conference, has all of a sudden turned into the NBA's Western Conference. Now, have y'all noticed this? How many good teams are in the NFC compared to the AFC? The AFC has like 2 good teams, Pittsburgh and New England, and who else? Maybe KC, maybe Jacksonville, Tennessee, yeah, and slim pickings, right? But the NFC? I mean, the NFC right now, Saints, Rams, Vikings, Carolina, Philadelphia. I mean, the NFC is just absolutely Seattle Seahawks. I didn't even mention them. But the NFC has turned into the NBA Western Conference, so quiet as kept. He's never playing the NFL again, ever. After he filed that grievance, which I didn't think he would get signed before then, but after this filed a grievance against the NFL, he'll never play the NFL again. That is done, and I hope he's come to that realization, and it's cool. And for me, I don't speak for somebody else, but it's fine with me. This is way bigger than football. What he has done is created a story, and we ought to applaud him. He don't get enough credit for what he's done, but that's okay. That's fine. Because the people who are not getting credit are the same people who choose to ignore the very issue that he kneeled for to begin with. Those are the same people. that we know who most of them are. But he's never getting another job in the NFL again. Does he deserve a job? Yes. Should he have a job? Yes. But once he filed a grievance against the NFL, he's never gonna get a job again, ever. For those, well, I'm sorry, never get a job again. But like I said, that's cool because I hope that he knew that what he would do was going to cost him something. When you set out to protest or uh, put yourself out there like that, it comes with it. You may lose certain things, but he needs to know that he has a lot of people who support him behind him 100%. I am one of those people, 100,000% behind him. So love the kid, doing great things. Continue to do what he's doing. Big up the GQ, big up the People Magazine last year, man, on the cover. I mean, get the big picture, understanding the big picture. That's what it's about. Try to change the narrative, try to change the subject, try to get it all stripped. But at the end of the day, what he was protesting is a serious problem in this country. And like I said, the same people who continue to, want to ignore it and talk against Cap, the same people who ignore the problem, who refuse to even know it, not that there is a problem. First of all, some people actually believe this is not a problem. Some people actually go to bed and I think this doesn't happen. So they are all with blinders on, and so you have to ignore them. You have to just, control what you control, and stand for the brothers, support them because he needs as much support as he can get. Because, like I say, the powers that be, they don't support him. So we have to support him. I thought it was funny. He said that was. I mean, it was funny. He told the truth. The Tony Romo comments about Deion were a couple weeks ago when Marcus Peters for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he might have sideswiped Ezekiel Elliott, just moved out of the way, and then he said he put an old Deion Sanders because basically making a reference to the fact that Deion does not tackle or never did tackle. I mean, some of that's true. Prime wouldn't tackle. He would make business decisions. But Romo, you have no credibility to go after Deion Sanders. And that's the problem, You ain't, you can't bring a knife. You can't bring a knife to a gunfight. See, he brought a knife to a gunfight. He brought a pen to a test, and you can't do that. I mean, you can bring the ammunition, Tony, if you want to go talk about people, but when you go out to Deion Sanders or somebody who got a gold jacket, it ain't gonna get you very far. It's not gonna get you very far at all. Yeah, so I thought Deion was brilliant. I thought it was funny. I mean, I didn't think the cover was out of line. You just gotta know that it's gonna come back on you because you're Tony Romo. All the good that you've done, but you've done a lot of bad things. You didn't accomplish anything. You never even made it to the NFC Championship game. So you can't come at Deion Sanders like that and not think that he was not going to come back. So I thought both people, it was fair on both sides. If you want to make that comment, go ahead. But be prepared for what you're going to get in return. That's what happened. 864-378-5943. 378-5943. Overreaction Monday. You know who I am, the sensational Sentell Wyman. I'm in here in the studio. We just talked about college football the weekend. Let's talk a little about the NFL. Like I said, I want to focus on those 72 teams. And let me start with the Saints. The Saints yesterday. The Saints are now 72. They've won 7 straight. They were in my power rankings last week. Probably my power rankings this week. But they were absolutely tremendous Sunday. And it was the way they won. It was the way they won the game. I mean, they went to Buffalo, which is a cold weather city. If you know anything about Buffalo, upstate New York, it gets cold. And I thought the Saints would struggle because they typically struggle outdoors, especially in the cold. They went up there and ran the ball for almost 300 yards. Let me say it again. The Saints, Drew Brees led Saints went up to Buffalo on a really good defense and ran the ball for 298. Ingram had 131 yards, 2 TDs. My man Alvin Kamara, 12 carries for a $106 on TD. They also held the Bills up under 200 yards. So this Saints team playing great defense and can run the ball now. Drew Brees only had 13 TDs in 9 games. That's not a lot. But the Saints team looks for real because when you can run the ball and you can play defense, you can win in this league. Because running the ball and playing great defense, it travels. Stephen A can be a little dramatic. I look up Stephen A, but he can be a little bit dramatic. He can he can play for the camera a little too much. Tom Brady has never been to the NFC Championship game. Ever been to an NFC Championship game. Ever. Do you see the Saints as the biggest comp for my Eagles in the NFC Championship? I just spoke of the Eagles. I meant the Saints. I told you, last week we got put on the spot last week. We got asked to pick Super Bowl predictions, which no holders to. I picked the Saints in the NFC mainly because Drew Brees. I trust Drew Brees over Carson Wentz over Jared Goff. But now you add the fact that they can run the football. That shit travels. It's gonna get cold late in the season. Eagles may have right now. You don't know home field, so if you're the Eagles, you don't want to go to the damn New Orleans in a playoff environment with a young quarterback or the Rams. So you really want to get that home field advantage. But even if you got home field advantage, the Saints can run the football now. I just told you this running game is sick. They play really good defense, and you still have Drew Brees. So if you stop the run, you still got to deal with Drew Brees. They got weapons. Michael Thomas on the outside. Ted Ginn Jr. playing really well for them. They got some guys. So the Saints, I'm liking to look at this team because this game yesterday, the old Saints would have got beat. Drew Brees would have threw the ball too many times in the cold, would have turned it over a bunch of times, and they would have got beat soundly. But to go up to Buffalo, again, a really good defense and rush for 298. Hey, I'm buying the Saints. I'm buying into the Saints. I may buy a little too. I ain't buying. Now I'm not buying a whole bunch of shares of stocks, but hey, I'm buying into the Saints for real. So the Saints go 7-2. Like I said, a good win at Buffalo. Again, numbers 864-378-5943. Overreaction Monday 378-5943. So call in if you want to talk about college football weekend, NFL action, college basketball, and I'll talk about college basketball in a few minutes. But anyway you want to go tonight on sports, we can. So lines are open, 864-378-5943. Let's talk about the 7-2 Rams. They go to 7-2, and they like the scoreboard again. They was the lead in scoring coming into this game. They're averaging 32.9 points a game, and Sunday they scored 33. So that average will go up. Jared Goff was 25 of 37 for 355, 3 TDs. Robert Woods, who knew? Robert Woods, who knew? 8 for 171 and 2 TDs. Defense forced 4 turnovers. The Rams, oh my goodness. Jared Goff. Sean McVay, man. I'm just a huge Sean McVay fan. A 31-year-old coach, 31 years old. Got the Rams playing great football. They look scary good offensively. Defense starting to play a lot better, like I said. And Jared Goff looks like a completely different person. Yeah, Todd Gurley's always been great, but he got stuck playing with Jeff Fisher. It was just Jeff Fisher. Coaching in the NFL passed Jeff Fisher a long, long time ago. Probably the early 2000s, he should have been guy coaching because he still coaches the game like it's 2000, like it's late 90s. Can't win anymore like that. The league is about quarterbacks. Got to have one. My first phone call. Yo, caller, where you calling from? What's your name?
I'm calling from Stockbridge, Georgia. My name is Leslie Harper.
Yes, Miss Harper. You have a comment or a question?
I have a question.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I can ask my question now.
Yeah, go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so I wanted to know how you feel about certain rap artists trying to get together to form their own NFL league.
Wow, haven't heard this. Um, it'll be a whole.
All right, so you've got people like P Diddy, you've got people like Jay Z, and you've also got people like Master P that have been talking behind the scenes about starting their own NFL league.
Wow, that would
So do
be.
you think they're? I wanted to know what you thought about that, and do you think they're capable of doing that, or do you think they should just like stay in music?
I don't never tell people to stay in one box. Don't never put yourself in a box. You see, Ice Cube started the 3-on-3 league. I mean, you got entrepreneurs out there, man. Never pigeonhole yourself. They more than free welcome to do what they want to do. Do I think it would be as successful? No. People have tried to go against the NFL. Donald Trump did it years ago with USL. It didn't work. Then Vince McMahon had the SFL. It didn't work. NFL is still king. But those guys are more than welcome to go out and do whatever they want. Those are big time names you're talking about. I think it can have some level of success, but again, the NFL is king in this country. Um, that's a lot. You know, the NFL got 32 teams. So how many teams could you fund with that many guys? You're gonna need a lot of more guys because you can't have a football league where you have 6, 7 teams. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, but I'm saying that it starts somewhere. Every revolution, every business, every major company started with just a few people. So if they, if somebody like Master P who used to play sports and who was very good at sports, mind you, and his son is very good at sports, they have knowledge of the game. So I was thinking if they actually started and some people followed along, that they could probably get a squad up to be able to do so.
Oh, I think it would have some success on a lower level, absolutely, because we would watch. You know, just those names alone would make you want to watch. You'll be intrigued by what you might see. But for as competition against the NFL, absolutely not. We've seen the movie before. It's just too powerful an entity right now. It's kind of like Walmart. Like you can open your own department store, but you'll never be as big as Walmart. You get it?
I got you. All right. Well, thank you for taking my question.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I hadn't heard that. That would be very intriguing. Again, those some big names you're talking about. Jay-Z and Master P, those guys are very powerful, wealthy men who can do some things on a lower level. But for us competing against the NFL, it wouldn't work. But people would probably, I mean, you would support it just like the big three. Ice Cube had. I watched a lot of it this summer. I thought it was a great idea. It's something to get you through the summer. It was promoted right, which you knew it would with Ice Cube. But that's on a lower level. You got 8 basketball teams, and you got about 6 players. So you're not funding as much. You're going to smaller arenas. You're talking about stadiums now. You got to fill up stadiums. You got to put 50,000 stadiums. You got to fill out rosters. You got to have bodies to fill these rosters out. And contrary to the Pop League, those NFL players, even though they don't have much of a voice, they like getting their paychecks. They like getting paid. And you're not gonna leave $8, $9, $10 million a season to go play for $1 million or $2 million at the most. They're not gonna do it. But I would watch. I would definitely tune into that. But as competition for the NFL, no competition for the NFL just won't work. It's too big. It's too powerful an entity. Now, this is Reaction Monday, 864-378-5943. Let me give you my top 6 again. And here they are. Auburn at 6, 5 is Clemson. Oklahoma at 4, Wisconsin at 3, Miami at 2, and Bama at 1. Those are my top 6. If you want to get in with your top 6, leave a comment right there or call in. Also, had a poll question on Facebook earlier. Who you think should be ranked number 1? Let me check the status of said poll. The status of said poll question right now. Let me see. I can get you an update. I can get you guys an update on where we stand with that. Let's see where we at on the poll question right now. As of right now, Alabama is tied with Miami with 40% of the vote. So Miami and Alabama tied. That's what the poll question that what you people think who you people think should be number one. So there you go. Bama and Miami tied, 40% apiece. Back to NFL, I was talking about the 72 teams. I talked about the Saints. I was just talking about the Rams. They looked great Sunday. Jared Goff again, 355, 3 TDs. Robert Woods, just emergence of Robert Woods. They got so many weapons. Woods, Watkins, Cooper Kupp. They got some guys, and of course Todd Gurley. So Rams 7-2, Saints 7-2. Vikings, they go to 7-2. Case Keenum, who knew? 21-29 for 300 yards and 4 TDs. Adam Thielen, nice little receiver, had 8 catches for $161 on a touchdown. Vikings going to Washington, get a huge win over Kirk Cousins and the Redskins. So I thought that was an impressive win. Defense didn't play really well. They gave a lot of points, but the offense looked tremendous. They got some yards from Latavius Murray finally showed up for them. So Vikings 7-2. They played well. And if you notice the thing, I told you, NFC, right? Saints, Rams, Vikings. And the aforementioned other 72 teams, the Steelers, they win yesterday, but they wasn't impressive at all. Off of bye week, they struggled with Indianapolis. They win the game 20-17, but it was ugly. So Steelers not looking impressive, but they get to 7-2 by beating the Colts, going on the road and beating the Colts. And last night, New England and Denver matched up in Denver, and New England ran a rough shot over the Denver Broncos, 41. I'm missing the score for Denver, but it was not pretty. 41-16, if I'm staying corrected. Tom Brady was 25-34 for 266, 3 TDs. They're doing this despite having no running game. They only had about 99 yards as a team, but defense is playing a little bit better. I know with the Broncos, so and Brock Osweiler, but defense starting to play a little bit better. Patriots offensively can do some things. Tom Brady is he's Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. He's the reason why he's the GOAT. He's the best to ever do it. Patriots started to look like a team that's about to go on a run. And like I said, the AFC is only KC, I guess, would scare New England because they match up better. They're not scared of Pittsburgh at all. 10-2 Pats over Steelers lately. And it doesn't matter if they play in Pittsburgh or New England. Pittsburgh can't beat New England. So, yeah. Pittsburgh. So New England looked like the clear front runner in the AFC, but if New England, I suppose the question, if New England had to play in the NFC, would they be 7-2? I don't think so. If you can't stop anybody, you don't run the football, I don't think you can beat these better teams in the NFC. But luckily in the AFC, it's kind of like the AFC is kind of like the NBA Eastern Conference. So Patriots gonna go to the Super Bowl again. I can't see any of these teams challenging them at all. I know some upcoming teams coming up, Jacksonville, but they got Blake Bortles, you can't trust him. Tennessee, I'm not sold on them. KC is kind of reverting back. Defense is getting worse by the week. So you look around the AFC, it's New England, Pittsburgh, Kansas. But it's really New England by themselves. So I just can't see anybody beat New England. So AFC is like a one-trick pony right now. So hey, welcome into the show, man. Sentell. The number again is 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943. Call in. Tell me what you saw Saturday. Tell me what you saw Sunday. Overreaction Monday, or just Reaction Monday, whatever you want to call it. What do you think about the controversy over NBA players being able to smoke marijuana? If it's legal and the league allows it, I have absolutely no problem with that. None. I've never been against marijuana at all. What I am against is the idea that you know that you have a job that tells you that you can't smoke marijuana, and then you show up and fail a drug test and get punished for it, and then you complain. No, no, no. We all have jobs that we go to in our everyday lives. If a company tell you certain things that you can't do, you either conform to it or you're gonna lose your job. So conform to it. But if it's legal and the league allows you to do it, I'm fine with marijuana. There's no study or nowhere that says that marijuana would, you know, inhibit your ability to perform activities. So you can't show me that study, then I have no problem with players being able to smoke. As long as it's legal and the league allows you to do it and it's not costing yourself money, millions of dollars, by all means, smoke much as you want. But if you're in a league that tells you can't smoke and you're going to get drug tested on a regular basis, then you probably shouldn't smoke. Duh. I don't know how many times we have to go over this. I am not against marijuana. I wish it was legal. I prefer marijuana to be legal than alcohol, personally. I think alcohol has caused way more problems than marijuana ever could. But if it's illegal and you get in a league or you work somewhere that tells you that you can't, then you can't, unless you don't care about making money, or you don't care about providing for your family, or you don't care about having a job. Period, point blank. No other way around it. But again, legalize it, smoke all you want. I have no issue with that whatsoever. I have issue with you being stubborn and hard-headed and, costing yourself millions of dollars. I mean, because you can't stop doing something. Bad deal. Bad deal. Welcome into the show. Sentell. I was in the middle of talking about the NFL and how good the NFC is right now. The NFC is like the NBA Western Conference. There's so many good teams in the NFL. It's NFC right now. The AFC has the Patriots. It's a huge drop. Then the Steelers, and then maybe the Chiefs. NFC got the Eagles, Saints, Rams, Vikings, Carolina, Seattle. I mean, good teams just everywhere in the NFC. Dallas is good. I mean, Falcons are still good. I mean, the NFC has turned into the damn NBA Western Conference. And I wondered out loud, would the Patriots be 7-2 in the NFC? I don't think so. I really don't. The NFC is really, really tough right now. Like, the NFC is so damn stout with good quarterbacks, good young teams. I mean, AFC is the old guard, right? Brady, Ben, Alex Smith. That's the old guard. You look at the NFC, and you got the young guys. You got the Carson Wentz's and Jared Goff's and Russell Wilson's and Kirk Cousins, Cam Newton's of the world. You got the young kids coming out here in the NFC. And like I said, the AFC, you just got Big Ben, Brady, and Alex Smith. So it's just funny to see that shift has taken place. NFC has been better for the last few years, but it's significantly better than the AFC. It's basically the NBA's Western Conference. The NFC has come to the NBA's Western Conference. Welcome into an Overreaction Monday. I'll give you my top 6 again if you're just joining me. My top 6 college football playoff teams, if I were on the committee, 6 would be Auburn, 5 would be Clemson, 4 would be Oklahoma, 3 would be Wisconsin, Miami would be number 2, and I would have Alabama at number 1. That would be my top 6 right there. If you joined us late, we broke down the biggest games of the weekend: Georgia and Auburn, Alabama, Mississippi State, Iowa, Wisconsin, TCU, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Miami. Yeah, so that's what we got into. A few comments also. So if you're watching, call in. This is your day for your show. Reaction, because I need the reaction in the comments. What I think about the Jaguars, I can play really good defense. Might have the best defense in the league, the elite league in scoring defense. Front seven is outstanding. 2 really good cornerbacks, Ramsey, Abe. I can't say his name. What's it? Aboye. Really good defense. But at the end of the day, if you can't run the football, teams gonna put the game in Blake Bortles' hands. And do you really, really trust it? Do you really trust Blake Bortles in a playoff situation? No, I just don't. And I like Jacksonville. If they had a competent quarterback, a guy who's been to a Super Bowl and it's a championship game that is on the market, if they had a competent quarterback, they can be scary good because New England's defense is not that great. Kansas City defense is not that great. Pittsburgh is too damn Hollywood. You don't know who's going to show up. They would have a legit chance, but I still couldn't. Blake Bortles against any of those three teams, I still don't favor them. Even though with the great defense, I just don't trust Blake Bortles enough. But hey, Jacksonville is definitely a playoff team. Long as Bortles eliminates the mistake, defense is just this is what you built toward, right? All these draft picks, and you finally around and you sign two big free agents. This is what you expect. So Jacksonville is a really up and coming team, and if they had a competent quarterback, they could be a terror for years to come in this conference. But not going to put my stock in Blake Bortles. I'm not doing that. Do you think that he deserves $50 million in a lifetime private jet and health insurance for the fam? I say hell no. Look, he's been making $40 million. What is $50 million? It's not about what I believe he deserves. It's about what the market should pay him. He makes these owners billions and billions of dollars. So that job title called for you to make a certain amount of money. The Jet story only got leaked out because they're trying to run him out. Well, Jerry Jones is trying to run him out now because he's not playing nice. He's not doing what Jerry wants him to do, which is he doesn't want him to suspend Zeke, and he wants to enter. He wants Goodell to make the players stand for the national anthem. So he won't do all those things. So Jerry's upset. That stuff was leaked. I think that the private jet, if you got $50 million, you should have a private jet anyway, right? Health insurance, all that should come with $50 million. He's been making $40 million. He's made over $200 million. I can't forget the number. He's made over $200 million since he's been the commissioner. So what's $40 million? What's another $10 million? I mean, what's another $10 million? It's not what I deserve. It's what the market would pay you. I'm a capitalist. Get all the money you can get. I never would tell anybody to take less money. Get all the money someone willing to pay you. If somebody's going to give you $50 million, then take the $50 million. It ain't what you deserve. It's what somebody's willing to pay you. And if they're going to pay me $50 million, I'll take the $50 million. I want somebody to pay me $50 million to do this damn show. I'll do it, but negative for $50 million. What do you think about the ball son being arrested for shoplifting? I talked about Leandro last week, and I just broke down the three things. Is he seeking attention because he's the least talked about of the kids? The least, the middle child that nobody talks about. Nobody even really knows the middle child, Leangelo. Call him Jello. What? That's another day, subject for another day. Call him man Jello. Everybody knows Lonzo. Everybody knows LaMelo. Nobody knows Leangelo. Is he paying attention, or was he a publicity stunt? You have to realize that the Ball's Facebook reality show was taping in China. So could that be a coincidence that took place at the same time the show was there? Or it just plain stupidity? I mean, I think it's a combination of stupidity and seeking attention. Again, you are the most least talked about Ball member. LeVar gets a lot of attention. Lonzo, of course, is the first round draft pick, number 2 overall. And LaMelo gets a lot of shine at AAU. But this guy drives around in a freaking Ferrari. So he's got to be streaming attention. I need attention because the Ferrari ain't getting him enough attention because nobody's still talking about him. So it's attention and stupidity. But you can't be bright to steal while you're in China. Those laws are not the same here in America. They do not play. That's why they have so much low crime rate, because they don't play. Their justice system does not play at all. It's not lenient whatsoever. And if he wasn't a Chinese American citizen, he would be looking at 3 to 10 years in jail for stealing a pair of glasses. And I guarantee you, if he was a Chinese citizen, his ass would serve them damn 3 years. Yeah, glad Michael brought that up. Um, yeah, Georgia actually played some, was good in basketball last year. I thought they could have been a tournament team last year. I can't think of the coach's name. Fox. I think it's Fox. I think he did some good things last year with the team. Recruiting a lot better in Georgia. Georgia hadn't been really good in basketball in a long, long time. I'm trying to think the last good coach they had. I think it might have been a guy who got in trouble. I think he might, what's his name? He's an NBA. He on ESPN now. I cannot think his name. He coached at Georgia. I can't think his name, but he did a pretty good job. I thought the talent level was good last year. Like I said, they couldn't make the tournament. They competed really hard, played well against some of the better teams, Florida, South Carolina, and Kentucky. They played well against them. I have to see them. Haven't seen them much yet, but I saw a little bit of them last year, so hopefully they'll get better, and I'll get back to you as we get more further into our college basketball season. And speaking of college basketball, which is a great segue, top 10 AP poll is out. Season started over the weekend if you missed it. A lot of games were on over the weekend. Here's your top 10 AP poll. Is Duke, Michigan State, Arizona, Kansas, Villanova, Wichita State checks in your top 10, Kentucky, Florida, UNC, and USC is in your top 10. Andy Enfield, the coach from Florida Gulf Coast, has USC at number 10. So that's your top 10. But I want you to watch tomorrow at the Champion Classic tomorrow night, presented by State Farm. Duke plays number 2 Michigan State tomorrow. Marvin Bagley III takes on super sophomore Miles Bridges, who's a human highlight waiting to happen. So tune in tomorrow for Duke versus Michigan at 7 o'clock. Marvin Bagley III, Miles Bridges, and that rest of that loaded Duke team is a really good Michigan State team. Tom Izzo, Coach K. And at 9, Kentucky Wildcats, who I just mentioned, they play Kansas. So Bill Self, John Calipari, Kentucky's always loaded. Kansas is always loaded. So tune in tomorrow, college basketball, Champions Classic, Duke versus Michigan State, Kentucky versus Kansas. And if you haven't seen Marvin Bagley III, you owe it to yourself to watch Marvin Bagley III. This guy is the real deal. And the thing about this kid, he actually, that's him, Michael Shine. I couldn't say his name. Harry. He was he was the last good coach at Georgia. But tune in tomorrow, watch Marvin Bagley. Now, this kid reclassified. He's supposed to be a senior in high school. Think about how scary that is. I mean, he is absolutely sick. Hey, Brunson, you want that bet? You can get that bet. You can get that bet. I got to be a Tar Heel fan. Do you think that the coaching staff is incompetent for the Falcons? Just that good for helping second string left guard out of the Clay will beat him down again and again. Absolutely, the Cowboys is incompetent. Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett are responsible for that. And let me tell you something about Chad Green. Let me go ahead and tell you something about Chad Green. Let me tell you what school he went to. He couldn't play offensive line at Florida. You ought to know better than put Chad Green at starting left tackle. He's a guard. That was criminal. You didn't put a tight end over there. You didn't slide the line. You didn't put a running back in the chip. I mean, you just let the guy go one-on-one as if he was Tyron Smith. Like, you let him one-on-one as if he was Tyron Smith himself. So, criminal on the offense, criminal on the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff, just bad, just downright bad. No, that was just incompetent as it can all get. You see a guy getting beat over and over again, and you refuse to either slide protection, put a tight end, chip him with a back, anything. Just kept allowing the guy to go one-on-one, and he beat him with the same move. He didn't do a spin move. He didn't do a Reggie White bull rush. It was just running around the corner and beating this man with the same over and over. But again, I've seen Chad Green play for 4 years at this school. And the next time he blocked somebody at tackle will be the first time he blocked someone at tackle. So I am not at all surprised that Chad Green was getting beat like a rented goal yesterday not surprised at all whatsoever. So I have not shocked. Sentell live on Facebook, man. I'm about to get ready to get out of here. Maybe stay a minute or two. Let me finish up what I'm saying, and then I'm gonna get out of here. College football playoffs rankings come out tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Oh no, actually it's between the Duke Michigan State game and the Kansas Kentucky game. So right in between those two games, they released the college football playoffs. I gave you mine. Bama 1, Miami 2, Wisconsin 3, Oklahoma 4, Clemson 5, Auburn at 6. So that's my top 6. I will see you guys Thursday. This has been Overreaction Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. Thanks for the phone calls. Appreciate all of you so much. And we will see you Thursday. I'll probably have some guests Thursday. Who knows? Typically I will, but who knows? Again, I will see you guys Thursday. I am out.